Thank you, Deputy Speaker. I rise to speak on this government business program, and I echo the words of my colleagues, the member for Brighton and the member for Morwell, and I'd like to add a few things as well. So, on this government business program this week, the Labor government is bringing forth the Victorian Treaty Bill, plus the Parks Bill, the Building Bill and the Mental Health Bill, or less the abbreviated names of those bills. But it's likely the government will sit until at least 10 p.m. today and potentially tomorrow as well to debate treaty, as I understand, because all, if not most, of the Labor MPs wish to speak on it. So there probably actually won't be much time left for those latter three bills, which will be debated in the remainder of what we have for the week. In any event, Deputy Speaker, this government business program represents more of Labor's misplaced priorities, whether that's a treaty that will divide and not unite Victorians, cost a fortune and not guarantee actual improved outcomes and a closing of the gap for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Victorians, or indeed all Victorians, and indeed could make things worse with bureaucracy and more being increased. Or a parks bill that will lock up a further 70,000 hectares of land into new parks, which will have impacts including things like firewood bans, restrictions for beekeepers and other usage restrictions. This contradicts the Premier's own 2024 promise that, and I quote, "I will never put a padlock on our public forest." Yet what is happening now? What we should instead be urgently addressing in this government program are things like the growing debt under this Labor government, going up to $194 billion in just a couple of years' time, which is $29 million of interest a day, more than $1 million of interest every single hour, which could be spent on things like public schools, hospitals, fixing our potholes and much more. Or in this government business program, we could be talking about the increased taxes under this government, 62 newer increased taxes, taken from people who are working hard in Victoria and hitting their back pockets, whether it's land tax and much more, which is stopping investment in housing, stopping investment in small business and more. We could be talking in this government business program about the growing waste in Victoria, on major projects and much more. Is it $40 billion plus blowout of major projects, or is it even more now? We have blowouts on the Commonwealth Games and so much more. Or in this government business program, we could be talking about the housing and homelessness crisis. 65,000 plus now people on the public housing wait list. We have record levels of homelessness. And as an example, in my electorate, we have the highest amount of people who are experiencing rough sleeping as a form of homelessness in the whole of Victoria. Or in this government business program, we could be talking about fixing our roads, which have fallen apart and have seen increasingly dropped maintenance of them. And my wife has to keep reminding me on a constant basis when I'm driving with her to switch lanes on the Nepean Highway just to avoid these constant potholes so I don't crash my car or hit someone or anything else. We could also be talking about the cost of living crisis in Victoria. We have people lining up at food banks. We have people struggling to pay their bills, to purchase their groceries, to pay their rent, to keep up with their mortgages. Or we could be talking about the growing crime rate in Victoria. People are afraid to be alone in the house or to live in the house with the constant break-ins, the rising youth crime rates, or the 1,100 plus police shortage, which has also led to reductions in police reception hours and much more, with police saying they're just trying to keep up. Or what about public transport? And I know the member for Mildura here, she has a lack of passenger rail in her electorate, and in my electorate as well. The electorates of Mornington and Mildura, two of our electorates across Victoria, they have zero passenger rail services, and yet this government wants to spend, what, $200+ billion on a new suburban rail loop, which is TBC on the budget papers. Instead, exactly. So this government has their priorities wrong. They should be focusing on things that Victorians actually want to tackle instead of these things on the sidelines of what the Victorians are talking about.